versus some Protoss from STX. Alright, what Protosses are left? So Trap played, Deer played. Do they have another Protoss? What other Protosses do they have? Shuttle? Shuttle? I don't know.
그렇습니다. 지금 데뷔 이후에 가장 많은 기회를 얻고 있는 상황이 있는데 아직까지 승리 숫자는 좀 부족하거든요. 오늘 현재 상황 어떨지 보겠습니다. 자, 이어서
셔터루! 셔터루! 셔터루!
4승 1패 아주 멋진 화려한 증상적을 보여주고 있음에도 불구하고 많이 나오진 않아요.
Sayle versus Shuttle. Alright, so, before we get started, I predict copious amounts of fail and overall terrible play from both these players. So yeah, look forward to it. But hopefully at least it can be exciting fail. That'll be good. Anyway, yeah. Wait, Shuttle. Wait, wasn't Shuttle the guy who did like the suicide Reaver thing that killed 2 probes the other day? Isn't his game like in the promo video for Pro League? It's like you know, they make it look like a really exciting PvP, but actually it's like a terrible PvP. It's just so weird. It's like of all the games you could have picked, they picked like a really bad PvP to put in their promo video. Anyway, going into the game. Shuttle versus Jaehoon. Oh man. Shuttle versus Jaehoon, Shuttle versus Trap. These guys are my PvP idols, guys. My PvP idols. Looks like we're on Electric Circuit though, which means we can certainly see some silly build order win. As unfortunately befell. Actually, was it Trap? No, it was somebody else. Movie versus, who did Movie play recently? Where he went DTs and the other guy went Nexus first. Was that actually Trap? Or no, was that, wait a minute. Might have been Flying? Might have been Snow? I don't know, they're like all the same person to me. By the way, is it just me or do Flying and Snow, are they like actually the same person? Because they look really similar to me. Even as far as like Asians go, those guys actually I cannot tell them apart. Okay, looks like it was Flying. Be the legend, Toss Girl. How did you get that picture on? Oh, did he just like cut out a photo or something and just tape it on? That's pretty awesome.
감사하고 있습니다. 네, 정말 많은 팬들이 같이 응원해주고 계시니까요.
가와이.
부끄러움이 정말 많아요. 낯을 많이 가리고. 네, 그래서 저도 이제 같이 프로그램을 한번 해봤는데 서로가 어색해서 죽을 뻔했었습니다. 그만큼 이제는 또 세월이 많이 흘렀고.
It's so funny that she just like, you know, did a meek little bow on the camera. You know, instead, you know, just compare that reaction to the fangirls hiding their faces or the pro gamers doing silly things.
오빠 동생 하자 이랬는데 결국 어색해졌어요.
Aww.
그거는 본인 역할 때문에 그런 것 같습니다. 윌리엄 해설위원이 사람을 좀 어색하게 만드는 아름다운 재주가 있으니까요.
혹은 이성으로 느꼈거나요.
And then camera shot on Toss Girl, and just for comparison, just to make you realize exactly how beautiful she is, here's a shot of the commentator guy, who's not nearly as beautiful. Just kidding, that guy looks pretty awesome with his pink shirt. Oh man, we're lagging like crazy now. Bleh. Also, I have to remember to switch to the HD stream after this. If I forget, please remind me, my dear mods. Anyway, oh, I should have put the clock positions in the overlay. I don't even know if I called them out. Sang is the orange Protoss, and Shuttle is the purple dude. Alright, cool.
방송 무대의 부담감이 그게 뭐야? 뭐 긴장감 그거 난 모르겠는데 이런 선수가 한 명 있잖아요.
So it looks like we have a core first build from Sang and from Shuttle as well. So neither player going for the Zealot first, which I think is alright. And in this case, since they're cross map, it's definitely going to be alright. And they're doing the same build. So going for the Zealot after the Cybernetic core, it's going to pop out just before the core finishes, as you can see. Interestingly, neither player has scouted yet either, so presumably that means they're going to do some kind of safe opening that, you know, doesn't really require an early scout because there's not many deviations. Kind of like how we see in PvT, the Protoss often just doesn't probe scout and just goes for a 1-gate expand and scouts with their first Dragoon. Because basically it means that no matter what you see with the probe, you wouldn't change your build anyway, so there's no point scouting with the probe. But I'm curious how this works in a PvP on a flat map like this, where there's a huge risk of somebody 3-gating or 4-gating you, and you just dying to Dragoons. Hey, it looks like the Zealot's actually going to go scouting. He's going to see the bottom, go to the bottom left, not going to see anything. Is he going to send the Dragoon out as well? I'm not sure. That's an interesting choice to scout with that Zealot, because like let's say that Sang was at the bottom left. Now that Zealot would die because that Dragoon would just chase it down all the way back. The Zealot would not be able to escape from the Dragoon, and even if he sent his own Dragoon to reinforce, at the very least, the Zealot would take some HP damage rather than just shield damage. So that would not be ideal. Man, the crowd, the studio is packed today. I think everyone's just there because OSL is later. I don't think they're actually here for the Pro League match. Anyway. So we do have, is that a robo? Yeah, that's a robo. So a 1-gate robo from Sang, and Shuttle has gone for a 2-gate robo. Okay. Well, actually, I mean, it's 2-gate robo from both players, but the order of the buildings was slightly different. So Sang went for gateway, robo, and then 2 gateways, whereas Shuttle got his 2 gateways first and then added his robo. Now I feel like, well, Shuttle's variation is a little bit safer because you do get those initial Dragoons out faster, obviously, so you can hold off any early Dragoon pressure. As you can see, Sang's still in producing off 1 gateway, so if he was facing any kind of fast Dragoon pressure, then he would kind of die. I mean, kind of in the vein of what we saw Stork do against some Protoss I can't remember, where he just did like just with his first 2 gates worth of Dragoons, he was ultra aggressive and essentially just killed his opponent, who was doing more or less the same build, just with solid Dragoon micro. So you just have to be very careful on this map where there's really not much of a defender's advantage. In this case, since they're cross map, that is going to help out Sang quite a bit in holding this off. But here we go, he's going in, the probe is actually there. That probe can actually maybe tank an extra shot or something, that'd be quite useful. But no, nice target firing from both players. Although, looks like Sang losing 1 Dragoon already. No goons lost for Shuttle here. Shuttle moving in with 4 goons against 3, but Sang now producing off of his 3 gateways. I think he should be fine here. And Shuttle is going to back up a little bit here. And I think it's probably a smart choice. It looks like he's got 2 Dragoons back at home, so he's not actually sending out reinforcements. So he's not going to be able to continue the attack, and yet he is going to pull back now. He's getting an observer out. And it looks like Sang is going to expand behind this. So Sang going for a 3-gate observer into expansion. And there it is, whereas Shuttle is not planting the Nexus yet. He does something there at the natural though, and it looks like now just planting the Nexus. So both players expanding at almost the same time. Shuttle I think with a slight unit advantage at the moment, just because he had that faster 2 gateways, but Sang going to be pumping off 3 gateways. We'll catch up very quickly. And I'm interested to see, do they both just go for the Reavers now? Most likely, presumably they will, just get a defensive Reaver out at least. But we shall see. And looks like Shuttle just moving back with all of his Goonies now. Doesn't want to get caught outside when a Reaver lands in his base or something silly like that. Like it's actually a very interesting dynamic where, you know, sometimes you want to be very active on the map with your army to, you know, pick off scouting probes or kind of, you know, keep the pressure on your opponent, kind of threaten to do big attacks, you know, even if you're not actually going to commit. But conversely, you know, with how deadly Reavers are and how common they are in this matchup, it's just like, you know, you don't want to be overly active with your Dragoon army either, because if you're outside your base and a Reaver lands inside and you're like only 1 Dragoon to defend, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. So kind of have to stay back a little bit. Both players going to be a little bit passive now. And looks like expansion has come up. Actually, it looks like Trap, he lost his, Sang rather, he lost his observer there, but it did allow him to see that most of the Dragoons of Shuttle were still back in his base, and now he actually feels confident moving out of his base. And we did see him getting Reaver tech as well. I think both players have gone for Reavers, as you would expect. But I don't think he can really make anything happen with this attack. I mean, you know, the Dragoon counts are fairly similar, and Shuttle will have the defender's advantage here with that shorter reinforcement route. So I don't really. Yeah, he's gonna poke in a little bit here, but now there's a Reaver, so that's definitely not gonna do anything too much. Just gonna put a bit of pressure back on Shuttle, kind of scare him a little bit. But I'm sure Shuttle is going to be absolutely fine here, unless he, you know, messes up horribly. Interestingly, Shuttle actually has a 10 supply lead right now. He's at 65 supply against 56, it looks like. I'm not 100% sure how that's happened. I think Sang's actually been cutting some probes here and there or something, but no, looks like he's actually caught up in the supply again right now. Going to pick off the observer of Shuttle here. But I mean, we did see his Nexus wasn't blinking just now, so I don't know if he's intentionally cutting probes here and there or something. Usually at this point in the game, you don't want to be ever stopping probe production, unless you're trying to hit some kind of... Like at this point in the game, there's only two reasons to stop probe production. One is if you want to like hit some kind of two-base timing attack. You know, so you just spam a bunch of units, even though your economy is weaker, you're just trying to overwhelm him in the mid-game. Or you occasionally cut them to like smooth out your build. So let's say you just want to add on a couple more gateways, but you can't quite afford it. You stop probes. You just like skip one probe on each nexus, and then you just stick add a couple of gateways and support your infrastructure. But hey, hold that thought. Here we are going to have a big attack here. Avoiding that first Reaver shot, and it looks like it's going to come down to the Reaver micro probably, but there's a lot more Dragoons here for Sang as well, so I don't think that's a good idea for Shuttle. Yeah, Shuttle kind of attacking into a choke point there, and well, actually, he's bringing in more reinforcements. It's going to be quite close here, and looks like, oh no, the Reaver goes down for Sang. Sang loses his Reaver, gets sniped by the Dragoons, so now he has to pull back here. Oh man, it came down to the Reaver micro, and Sang messed up, so now he's facing a Reaver with no Reaver of his own. He's going to have to pull back. He's going to lose some of these probes here. Shuttle with a nicely timed attack, a nicely executed attack. Or rather, I think that was more of Sang's mistake there to lose that Reaver, but either way he's moving in. He's going to try and get some free shots off on these Dragoons, actually. He's going to be very careful not to get the Shuttle sniped, but the Shuttle is going to get sniped, so now his Reaver's vulnerable. The Reaver actually goes down, but he's going to snipe the Shuttle of Sang as well. He's going to go after the Reaver now. Gets the Reaver before another Scarab goes off, but now the Dragoon count is equal, and with that defender's advantage, Sang is going to survive and push Shuttle back here. I wonder if Shuttle got a little bit over-eager, sending that Reaver off to the side to snipe down those Dragoons. But either way, I think he has stabilized a little bit. However, Shuttle now has a 25 supply advantage. 75 supply against 50 now. He's getting his Citadel. He's teching up. Although the Archive is actually already on the way for Sang, so Sang actually teched very, very quickly here. Surprisingly. So I don't know if he can get a solid, you know, Zealot Archon composition with some Reavers in the back. He might be able to go for, you know, like a timing of his own before the Templar tech is finished for Shuttle here. But although I'm not sure if he's aware of this yet, he does have an observer flying around here somewhere. I think Shuttle saw it, so he was trying to snipe it just then, but he lost track of it. Anyway, a second attack is now moving out. With some more gateways being stuck in the back there to support. Still only 4 gateways for Sang. Of course, he did lose some probes in that engagement and teched up quite quickly, so I guess he just couldn't afford that additional infrastructure. Is that actually Shuttle speed finish there for Shuttle? It looks like it actually is. Now, last time he got Shuttle speed, he suicided, you know, his one Reaver for 2 probes, so that's not good. And well, he's going to move in here really, really far. Even though you have speed, you still have to be careful with that Shuttle. Okay, speaking off that probe, there is an AI pylon there. That pylon is placed basically so that when there is a big engagement, hopefully some of your opponent's Dragoons, or not hopefully, but some of your opponent's Dragoons will inevitably just shoot the pylon instead of joining the main battle. So that's a very common trick to do, especially in PvP, where Dragoons are pretty dumb. I mean, you know, in PvT also you see Terrans like floating barracks and stuff around in front of their army. That's also to tank Dragoon shots. But it looks like, DT's coming out here. Now this DT could actually do could maybe, I don't know, what can it do? Okay, there are 2 observers here, so this is not going to do too much. He's actually just going to run around the main army here, but there's a Reaver going in the back. It's going to drop out the middle only. We're getting a random shot of the STX bench for some reason. And just going to move away now. I think he wanted to go for the main mineral line there, but obviously since he got spotted, he was like, oh well, I can't actually go in, so he just dropped and sniped that one probe. Now this DT though, this DT, if that sneaks into the main, like, whoa! Man, dude, be careful. If that DT actually gets into the main and Shuttle is focusing too much on doing his Shuttle Reaver micro, that DT could actually get a lot of kills. That's actually a very good trick to do against anyone who's doing like a very micro-intensive harassment / pressure. Like, for example, when the Zerg goes for mutas, if you can sneak a drone into the main base and he's like busy microing his mutas, that's very effective as well. You know, against a Shuttle harass, against muta harass. Those are primarily, I think, like the best times for this kind of DT stuff. And oh man, here we go into the natural. How quick is Shuttle going to notice this? Looks like he does notice quite quickly here, but he's got no observer back here, and the cannon is not done warping in here. Going to get a good number of probes. He might even be able to snipe that High Templar. The Dark Templar will two-shot the High Templar. Yes, he's immediately going to go after the High Templar. Very nice move. Oh, well, I guess it's a 3-shot actually, because he doesn't have +1. And oh god, the stream. The buffer into GG, that 1 DT is going to kill the entire base. Watch, we're going to go back and the main base is going to be gone. Ah, Tempuraga! Oh, I thought it was a storm drop. Alright, never mind. And, Reaver gets a High Templar. Did he use his storms already? Yeah, Templar Storm! Oh man, very nice storm drop, but can he hold on to his natural? Sang, if he just defends now, he'll be okay, but he can't defend. He's got 2 Reavers against a horde of Dragoons. Ah, shoot it! Oh, he doesn't get enough Scarab off. Oh man, Shuttle, even though he lost all his probes at his natural, he's just going to break through here into the main base. He's got a Reaver still, he's got a lot of Dragoons. There's a few more reinforcements coming out, but look at that. 2 Reavers there, but no, 1 Reaver does get sniped, and actually there's a lot of units here. Shuttle's not paying attention, but he's bringing in a lot of speed lots. That is so many speed lots coming in. I think the last Reaver did die, but that's way too many speed lots now, and actually Shuttle has a huge supply advantage, 117 against the 44 supply. And it looks like Shuttle is going to take it. STX is going to take the brutal best of 3 here. The natural is going down. Another storm drop at the mineral only, but it doesn't matter. He's lost his main base. He cannot hold, and GG from the Terminator. Shuttle takes him out, and oh, he's got a ceremony. No, he just had to tie his shoelaces. Okay, never mind. Man, that look in his eye, I thought he had some awesome ceremony planned, but oh well.